makeup minions? I'm Witte from WitteArtistry and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to teach you how to turn your hand into a gremlin illusion, and this is also a collaboration with one of my friends, Missy, or Rebel Art. Here's all of her handles, they're in the descriptions, but let's begin. So this is Missy's look. Our concept for the collaboration was monsters or like what lies beneath. Thank you so much to my featured Patreon producers, Bradley Shear, Dantastic, and Zatstan. Thank you so much for going out of your way to support what I do in such a big way. You guys are amazing. For this look, I'm going to be using almost exclusively Mehron water-activated paints in a combination of their Paradise paints and also their Edge palette. So I wanted to do a gremlin look because they're my favorite, and I wanted to do it sort of like an infection. If you got like bit by a gremlin and your flesh is melting off or falling off, kind of like a zombie, and then revealing gremlin flesh beneath. I want you to combine the old school gremlins with the new school gremlins, Gremlins 1, Gremlins 2. Whereas like the old school one has like more reptilian skin with like these banded yellow lines and browns and a vibrant brown green. And then the new one is more amphibious with like splotches and stuff. So I wanted to take the old coloration and mix it with like the amphibiousness of the newer one. So I have marked out all of the spots on my skin where the gremlins are going to be underneath. I wanted to have 2 fingers that were completely transformed into gremlin skin. And then I laid down yellow with a slight bit of brown where all the banding is, which is on each and every knuckle. And then laid down a slightly muted green tone. And how you do that is you add a smidgen of red to green, which will mute it a little bit. And then I add a little bit more green or brown to, or red or brown to the green mixture to create the drop shadow, which I'm going around every single edge of where the skin is torn and where it would drop a shadow down onto the gremlin hand. Now to create texture. After we did all those like whole shadows, the texture you're going to be using a mixture of yellow greens, forest greens, brown greens, and any kind of green you have handy, and just tap a brush all around the hand to create an amphibious mottled texture. I am also going to be doing this with yellow and browns mixed with yellow in the yellow banding. I wanted to make it look more realistic because unfortunately the original Gremlins are a little tacky in their paint job, but I love them all the more. Adding pure yellow back into the banding just to have it be more vibrant. Kind of like, you know, like a poisonous amphibian. Then add some more white to that yellow. And then I'm blending out the bands into the green instead of just having them a stark band. I wanted there to be like a little bit of a transition from the green to the yellow. Then I'm tapping out the color just with a wet brush. This is so much fun. It creates a blended look instead of just being a harsh stipple. It'll look more realistic and like an actual skin tone. Then I'm using a wet brush to blend the drop shadow. This is where the green is muted. Just blend it out towards the rest of the green patches. Do this to all of the green patches. Then I'm muddling and adding some more green over the yellow bands to add more of a transition between the 2 colors. And then I added some fake nails. These are from Walmart. When they have Halloween things, they cost like $1.50, so you just stick them onto your nail. They're great for pictures. They're super durable for what I needed them for. For a costume, they might be a little cumbersome, but adding more detail with the stippling and bringing the paint all the way up to the edges of the nail to really complete the look. And then I will be creating highlighting and shadowing on the skin itself. I wanted the skin to look like it was being torn or bunched up. So I'll be using a cream palette for that. Before that though, I'm going to add more detail with my Paradise paints again, adding more dark greens, and then adding some highlights back into the yellows. So many dots. Stippling does take a while. You could do this with a sponge, but I really wanted to have some precision. All right, now we're on to the skin shading part. So I am using the lightest color because I'm super pale and going over the upper edges of all of my skin ledges to make them look like they're even farther up off of the skin. And then I'll be using a mid-tone to add wrinkles anywhere that the skin would bunch. This is a little hard to envision, but I recommend like pinching your skin or pushing it around and just watching how it wrinkles and imitating that. I am using a mehron cream palette to do this, so they're super easy to blend. I'm using a pointy brush just to get the detail all right, but this was a really simple look. I'm glad it turned out the way that it did because I love this movie so much. Let me know if you want to see any other hand looks. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. It means a lot. I've always wanted to do a Gremlin makeup, and I decided to start small because Gremlins is my favorite film of like all time, so I have like this unrealistic expectation of a Gremlin makeup, but like this is pretty cool. And just in case if you were wondering, this is my roommate Raphael. He's our Gremlin. He's my baby. Isn't he adorable? He sometimes sits at our dinner table. Anyway, I want to say a huge shout out to my wonderful Patreon producers. Without you, I couldn't get supplies that I need to do makeups and do this as a living. So thank you so much for supporting what I do. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.